What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Zabbix video. This time I will talk about how to produce a JSON data on the fly and pipe it to the zabbix-server utility. Therefore, it's possible to feed the data points in real time, and the use case here will be Podman monitoring. Turns out that the default Podman status command is able to write on screen native JSON content, which actually is almost like ready to be used in the Zabbix monitoring software. So this video is not explicit, not specially like about Podman monitoring, but it's more about method. Maybe you are not so aware of this way that this is possible, and maybe after a moment we will know something extra how to do. Let's start with this command, and here, if I run Podman status, I am running right now like 10 or more containers, and this is I can bet like you have seen this before with the Docker or Podman, and this table and the data inside the table actually can be formatted in a very in a native JSON format. And so let's do that right away, and it's doable by this command like Podman stats all format JSON. If we take this command and put it in the terminal, now all that health information every 5 seconds it is writing a JSON on the screen. And yeah, the question comes like, what if I would use this exact information to do the monitoring? Like while it's writing on the fly, can I do that? And the answer is yes, and we can use like a zabbix-server utility, and we can kind of pipe the information to the zabbix-server. And let's do that in a moment. But before I kind of format the command in the bash, let's have a look how the template looks like. So this template is running a trapper item. So this trapper item, every 5 seconds it will receive all the information about all Docker containers. And since this is a trapper item, it is kind of acceptable if we would link this template like on a lot of hosts, or we can link it on like on a base Linux template, let's say, and it will not cause any harm, because if nobody gives this information, then no extra containers will be made. So it's interesting benefit of using this method. We can blindly link the template to all the Linux base and nothing bad will happen. Then what happens next? Let's visit the JSON, and I would need to automatically create monitoring for each container, and my identifier will be the name of the container. So this JSON is actually printing ID, name, CPU time, and everything. And taking ID, it's not so good, because sometimes we want to remove the container and create same container but with different version, but still keep the old name. And that's the reason why the taking ID is not suggested here. And what I will do, I will use this name field. And the name field will be used just exactly for the low-level discovery rule. If we visit the section discovery rules, here we see the discovery is using the master and dependent item relation. It will read the stats from the Podman stats trapper item. And inside the pre-processing step, what I care about is I care only about this name column, and I will kind of allocate the native low-level discovery just for this name column, and that will automatically create extra monitoring for each container just by using the name as a kind of identifier. And then to protect the low-level discovery worker, we are using like discard unchanged with heartbeat. The items of course will also use dependent item and map back to that general input, which is like writing the JSON all the time. And if we check the stats back to the terminal, actually I will exit this tmux utility because the scrolling is not possible. Okay, that is away, and let's execute this one again, enter, and break the operation. And I can see for my running containers there is a metric like CPU time and CPU percent. Usually users really care about CPU percent. I very much care about CPU time because it is demonstrating in long run which container kind of eats most of the CPU throughout the hour, throughout the day. Both these two things are extractable because it's a normal JSON. Okay, and yeah, memory percent. Okay, was it there? Memory percent. Yes. So how much memory of what's the percentage of the memory consumptions? Now looking over here, the memory percent is extracted by using the classical method. We are reading the inputs from the JSON and then kind of substitute the hashtag name will be it will expand to the container name, and then only one container can run with such name, and it will manage to extract the percentage, and then I'm blindly substituting this percentage with nothing, which is which is equal to deleting this symbol away. And CPU percent, same story, but only the JSON path is tiny different. And CPU time, that's quite a challenge where like AI can be used, and CPU time, it's demonstrated with these it's a string, like it tells this container have spent 3 hours of CPU time, 59 minutes of CPU time, and then like 0 seconds. And I want to convert this to like seconds only, and that can be done with the JavaScript. If we open this CPU time and see the pre-processing, at first it extracts this string, and then the JavaScript pre-processing is locating this hours, minutes, seconds, and the output will be a floating number, this one, floating number, and it will also kind of extract the delta. Every 5 seconds it will tell in milliseconds what is the kind of consumptions for this container, and actually it will tell the consumptions for all containers together, and units are seconds. Okay, let's see how it works in practice. And this template is already linked to one of the hosts, and here we have right now I have like some item which 12 minutes ago received the JSON. So this is the same JSON which happens to be in the command line, and let's do this like the almost like the reason why I'm making this video are these 4 commands, and I will put them inside the video description, like how to orchestrate formatting on the fly to pipe the content to the zabbix-server utility. At first we already run this command, which is not producing content in a single line, and that's like it's a problem. It's so much better to if this JSON would have like a more compacted, and that's why the next utility will help. So what I will do is Podman stats, and we will use this compacting jQuery with the argument -c, enter, and now like this is this this still talks about all of the containers, and it's almost like ready to be fed into the Zabbix. What needs to be done next is Zabbix sender needs a format. Zabbix sender needs to know where to send, and this is like a Zabbix proxy in the same time, so I will send to the local host over here. But like by where to send, I mean what is the host technical name. And the host technical name, if I click here on the host name and open this guy, I can see my host technical name is this DO proxy and the pod and agent 1 enterprise Linux 9. So this is my technical host name. I can copy to this clipboard, and here I see the same, I have the same pattern here on the top of the screen. With the substitution tool, with the sed, I can format the string so it satisfies the Zabbix sender utility, and Zabbix sender utility expects to know in which host container I want to send this JSON. And this is my host container. So at the beginning of the line, this is the beginning of the line, it will insert the destination where to send, and then in which item key actually I want to store this JSON. This JSON, that's the item key. If I open back the live instance and check what is the item key of this item, the item key is named JSON. Okay, and so the next step would be I would bring the command from the history, and compressing or compacting a little bit, and then by introducing this injection at the beginning of line, let's try it one more time, like enter. So every 5 seconds it is printing the data, but the way how line starts is here, where to send DO proxy space JSON, and then everything which comes after the space will be treated as a last argument. And it's by design. It is sometimes even confusing to me. I kind of would expect here some quoting, some single quotes or double quotes. But it does not matter. I'm saying like everything which is which happens after the second space will be treated as a one value, as a value which is which is a value for the JSON. Okay, let's start to feed the data points and see how it works. Bringing back the command from the history, writing another pipe, and like deliver the output by using Zabbix sender utility. Where is it? Copy and paste. Here you go. Enter. Enter again. And now, like every 5 seconds, the sender will give the feedback. Did it succeed to send the data somewhere? And here you go. If we see failed 0, that's quite a success. And now my kind of so-called JSON item key is receiving data points. If we refresh here the page, we see that refresh the page. Okay, it's already making the containers. Last 10 seconds ago, it received the JSON, and here we can also see all the like how it looks like. I am like feeding directly from the Podman stats. I'm sending the JSON in one line, sending to the server, and the low-level discovery are making the containers. If I refresh the page, then the containers actually are starting to receive those how to say, like metrics, the indication what is the health, how it is, like how it is working overall. And this is what was the intention. In real life, like we would turn off the historical data of this item, so that's not necessary anymore. Let's visit the template and turn down the history. update. And that was all trick of all the reason of making this video. Actually, right now I'm on the version zabbix 8.0, which is today is May 2026, and it's not fully released, but there are plenty of awesomeness already in the 8.0, and one of that is a dashboard widget which allows to show the items sorted by the value, and this is very handy in this situation. Like, I want to know which container consumes most of the energy, and I can do that by visiting my dashboards. Click, and I made a dashboard which is called live pods, and here let's also show how the source is made. Discovery list and dashboards. The best widget in the world today is this CPU time metric. What I'm doing, I'm extracting the deltas. Every 5 seconds, this Podman stats is writing like this CPU time, how much juice it takes from the CPU. And this widget, it's called top items widget. I'm targeting the CPU time item, which this is item prototype. It's coming from prototype. The layout is vertical, and the magic is behind the item pattern. I like this aggregate function which allows to respect the time period of dashboard, and it will sum together all the deltas. So it's so excellent to ask which container did eat most of the CPU in a selected time frame. And how it works, it is showable here in the dashboard. So it's online for just few seconds or few minutes, and I can see my leaders are here. And this is also a new functionality in 8.0. It orders automatically by the highest number on the top. So in the first place is MariaDB 10.4, then some container odbc.do, and then something else. And here, if I zoom in, suddenly something I'm zooming in 2 minutes. And the top will change the readings if I release the click. Now it says the leader is still MariaDB 10.4, and how much it has ate the CPU. This is the answer, 771 milliseconds. So it's not even a second. I can zoom back to 5 minutes, click, and so in the time frame of 5 minutes, the leader is this guy. And I can always zoom in, zoom out, and this top will change because I'm zooming in a different time frame. Okay, that I think is absolutely that's everything I wanted to demonstrate today. I will put the one-liner inside the comments section, also maybe some reference on this template which is made on this 8.0 installation, so you can test out and play around and hopefully pick up this method and maybe apply to some other application which also can kind of render the JSON on the fly. So it's nothing less than the best thing in the world, let's say it that way. Alright, thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you find it helpful, and bye for now.